Hey everyone! I know we're almost to the end of the school year, but I wanted to take one more time to talk to you about some great books. Summer's coming up. I know that people from the Effingham Public Library have been in to talk to us about making sure we're keeping up for reading. I hope you have plans about what you're going to be reading this summer. I know I've already got a plan in place of all the books that I want to read. So I want to talk to you about a few of those books for this summer. Now, I'm going to start off with some books that I know you know, but they're kind of fun, and it's perfect for this summer especially. So, one of the books this summer that you might want to check out, and that I know my family's going to be checking out, is Diary of a Wimpy Kid, The Long Haul. One of the reasons we're checking this one out is there is a movie coming out to go along with this book on May 19th, about right after school lets out. The great thing about this is we all know the stories about Greg Heffley, and this just continues that journey. So these books are fabulous to get us into reading, and the books are always better than the movies. So if you've got time, you may want to check this book out from the library, or just read it over the summer if you've got it at home. That way you got it fresh in your mind before you would happen to see the movie. Another book that I can't wait to read again this summer, and my kids and I are so excited about this, is The Adventures of Captain Underpants. There is a brand new Captain Underpants movie coming out June 2nd. My son Will is so excited about this movie too. So we're going to be rereading Captain Underpants, so that way when we watch the movie we can see how closely the filmmakers did to Dave Pilkey's original, The Captain Underpants. Now, the best thing about summer is you've got lots of times to read, and this is the time where you should be reading for fun. Reading whatever you want. There's no reading levels to be checked. Read easy books, read hard books, whatever is interesting to you. The two books I already talked about are parts of series, and series books are great for summer because you're already knowing about the characters and you can just keep reading and building. Now, I've already talked to you about Midnight for Charlie Bone once this year. I wanted to put a plug in again for this series. It's Charlie Bone and the Children of the Red King. I just finished all 8 books in this series about a week ago, and it was fabulous. It really does remind me of the Harry Potter series. It does take place in England just like Harry Potter does, and in this book the kids are born with magical powers again. So make sure you check out this book in this series if you have a chance. It will keep you interested. And once you finish the first book, there's more books to keep you reading over the summer. I myself am also working on my own personal goal. When I was a kid, I loved the Babysitter Club series, okay, by Ann M. Martin. The first book is Christie's Great Idea. Now, with this book, I have decided that, you know what, it's been such a long time, I want to reread the series myself. I personally am up to book 124 now. My goal is to finish the entire series this summer, the rest of it. There's 131 books, so I know I am almost there. I love it. Probably not as much as I did when I was a kid, but still am really enjoying this series. Now, one of the other things that I'm going to be working on this summer is I'm going to be looking for next year's Bluestem Books. I'm going to start reading them and get ready to go. So, I know there's a couple. The Terrible Two is about 2 boys at a school who love to play pranks. Hilo, the boy who crashed to Earth, is actually about a robot from space who crashes to Earth, and it is a graphic novel. This is a great book. You kids are going to love it next year when we've got it in the library. Also on my list for the Bluestem next year is Among the Hidden. Now, this takes place kind of in a futuristic, a little bit society where families are only allowed to have 2 children, and the population police come around and hunt down any third-borns because you are not allowed to have a third-born child. In this story, Luke, unfortunately, is a third-born, so he cannot be known to the general public. Also on the Bluestem list next year is The Wild Robot. Now, this one was a little slow going for me at the beginning, but I'm going to tell you at the end, I loved it. I was crying. I actually had to run down and talk to a friend as soon as I finished this book to let them know about it and give it to them to read too. So I'll reread it again over the summer so I can tell you about it next fall, but you'll want to try and check this out too if you can. Make sure you have a plan about what you're reading this summer. Make sure you know what you're going to do. All of these wonderful researchers and educators out there have studied literacy and studied reading and have found out if you don't read at least 5 books over the summer, your reading level can slip and fall behind. I don't want you guys to slip and fall behind. So come up with 5 books you think you can read. Remember, if you like sports books, the Jake Maddox books are great. If you like Jake Maddox, check out Matt Christopher books. Check out the Mike LaPisha books. Check out the Tim Green books. Those are all great sports authors. My own kids at home have been working on a couple of series that I know we're going to keep up with over the summer. My daughter's reading Meg Cabot in the Allie Finkel books, all about rules for girls. Allie Finkel is learning about friendship and learning how to be a good friend and all of her rules about life. My son Will is in love with the 13-story treehouse and the 26-story treehouse books. So these are funny, hilarious stories about 2 boys who built the ultimate tree house and what's all included in it. So this summer, keep reading for me, okay? Can't wait to see you in the fall.